From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a huge night with huge news about this economy released minutes ago, because guess what? It's not settling down. We learned about inflation earlier this week, but today we learned more about it as the latest data released, and it signaled not good news. The PPI surging out of control yesterday, but retail sales today up as well, meaning that inflation is not settled down, as consumer confidence was released today, and it was down as well. That is why, my friends, you need to get that fourth stimulus check, which is in every U.S. state. You need to get it. It is a massive $100,000, and in this recording, we're going to get it together as a family. I'm going to show you how to get these incredible fourth stimulus checks in every U.S. state, done by executive action from Joseph Biden in the month of March. It's a law. It's everywhere across the land. It is federal stimulus. You stay to the very end, and you get these incredible checks. Go onto this video right now and join this channel. Become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, and stay the second half as we go over all these incredible checks. Those other checks we have tonight, of course, are your benefits. Your benefits could be going up $5,000. If you want $5,000 more per year, well, that's happening. If inflation continues to track as it is tracking this week, the CPI out of control on Wednesday, the PPI out of control on Thursday, the lobster short's always out of control. But if this continues, you're going to look for an additional $5,000 a year approximately. If you're on SSI, SSDI, a lifetime, oh boy. We have all the incredible great news about it tonight. That's coming up later in this recording as well. Plus, we turn back to the latest details on what happened with corporate earnings today. An earnings recession is underway as unemployment continues to surge higher, and that situation will not settle down across the land anytime soon. We had new banks releasing their earnings reports, and I'll have the latest details tonight. Plus, we'll be looking at what we're expecting from that FOMC meeting on July 26th to 27th. It's a big night with a lot of money. It's America's most watched show for financial news in prime time. And tonight we have a lot of other surprises at the very end. Stay to the very end. It all starts right now for July 15th, 2022. It's evenings. And good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful night. It is gorgeous here along the coast. But the numbers released by Wall Street tonight, not particularly so gorgeous. But it depends on who you're asking. Love is in the eye of the beholder, especially if it's inflation. In tonight's recording, we're going to go over this PPI number released yesterday, the CPI released on Wednesday. And the breaking news just minutes ago, consumer confidence to the lowest levels we've seen in a very long time, unemployment to the highest levels of 2022, and also we have the retail sales. A lot of people spending a lot of money in the month of June, a big shocker. Let's start with it all right now. Tonight, we start with not one, but three inflationary benchmarks released this week, all suggesting the same thing. Inflation in the U.S. economy has not yet peaked. It has not yet settled down. The importance of this was signaled yesterday on Thursday when one of the Fed governors under Jay Powell, his name is Christopher Wallace, said he was waiting to see this number today, the retail sales number. Let's go over Wallace's comment yesterday, and then we'll look at the retail sales number released minutes ago. Fed Governor Christopher Wallace on Thursday said, my base case for July meeting on July 26th is looking at the incoming data. We have important data being released on retail sales. There you go. And housing coming in before the July meeting. So what was he looking at today's numbers? Well, he told us yesterday what he would be looking at. He says if the data for today comes in materially stronger than expected, it would make me lean to a higher interest rate hike at the July meeting. So he says basically, if the retail sales number released today is higher than expected, then he's likely to do something more aggressive at the July meeting. What does higher mean? Well, it basically says if, let's say, the retail sales number was projected to be at 1 and came in at 4, that's higher than expected. And so what would he do? He would show up to the meeting, not with a casserole, but with a casserole with hot sauce on top. That's the best way to explain it. So what happened with that retail sales number released today? Was it higher than expected? Was it a beat? It was a beat. A big shocker. For the month of June, the retail sales came in higher than expected. And this was a surprise, rising 1% on a monthly basis when Wall Street only expected a 0.9% increase. And this showed that retail sales for the month of June went up higher than expected. But in a second, I'm going to show you why it was even stronger than that. So there you go. This is what Waller was looking to see. If the number was higher or weaker, it was higher. That means that Waller is likely to raise interest rates even more at that July meeting. What does this mean for you? It means you got to get that forced stimulus check. You got to get that forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. You got to get it right now. It's about $100,000 done by executive action by Joseph Biden back in the month of March. I'm going to go over all these incredible checks with you later in this recording. You qualify. Single individual, $75,000 or less, you qualify. Married couple, SSI, SSDI, veterans benefits, you qualify. How do you get this incredible money? You become a member. Go right on this channel under the video and join this channel. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Then get these incredible checks. We're going to go over each of these incredible checks one at a time later in this recording. But let me go to what you need to know is that if these numbers continue to track higher, your benefits are going up a lot. How does this work? We're going to go back to those retail sales numbers in just a second, but let me explain. If all these numbers, inflation numbers, continue to be strong for 3 more months, you could be looking at an additional $5,000 a year. Yes, you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Veterans Benefits, Social Security, Rural Benefits, incredible. Last night in LALATE, there's some great comments. I love the comments that came in. First, Bob Bacon asked, Social Security, is that included? Yes. Another person asked, I think it was Terry said, could it go even higher? Yes. Another person asked, is it the same amount for everyone? It's the same percentage for everyone. So everyone's percentage would go up the same amount. 5,000 would, of course, depend on how much you make. And is it automatic? It is automatic. Finally, remember, it's lifetime. You got to be so happy. This is incredible, great news that the largest lift of your benefits, the highest raise of your benefits is absolutely happening. And it's going to be the largest lift of a generation. We're going to go more about how this works later in this recording. But this is the result of what happened Wednesday, Thursday, and today. It's not recession, it's called inflation. And if inflation continues to track at its current level for 3 more months, folks, you're in a great circumstance. Let's go back to how this unraveled back on Wednesday. On Wednesday, this number was released. The Consumer Price Index, when it surged to 9.1%, that signaled that inflation was higher. Then, yesterday, Thursday, the Producer Price Index number was released. It was also higher. And today, the retail sales number was higher as well. Let's see the impact on how this works and why it continues to defy logic. Here's the graphic on the CPI. The CPI was released on Wednesday. It's about inflation for the prior month, the month of June. And what did that inflation number for the CPI on Wednesday reveal? For May, it was 8.6%. Did it beat? Oh boy, it went up a lot. There you go. It went up 9.1%, higher than expected. And that means your benefits are going to get a major lift from that as well. We're going to go over how it calculates in just a second. That CPI was a major shocker. Now let's go back to the PPI and the retail sales released minutes ago. It's just a consistent narrative. Inflation's hot and it's not coming down. So let's look at the data that came in today. The retail sales rose 1% in the month of June, higher than expectations. And then when you look at the month-to-month data, it's really quite surprising. Advanced retail sales increased 1% for the month, higher than Wall Street is expected. And then let's look at the May data. May declined 0.1%, and then we go to June, and we're up 1%. So we went from a declining May to a positive month of June. Wall Street was ecstatic with the news. Ecstatic. Why? We'll go over why in just a second. But Wall Street was up 500 points, 450 points when the news was first released. Great news or bad news? Well, see, this is where things are getting a little confusing because the Federal Reserve, specifically through Waller, said yesterday that if retail sales are higher than expected, then he's coming in more aggressively. He's delivering the casserole with hot sauce, not just the casserole cold. He's delivering hot and hotter with more hot sauce. So why is Wall Street celebrating on this news? They just got it all wrong. They got it really wrong. Now, there is a twist to this. When you look at the inherent underlying numbers in there, retail sales, which is how many goods you're buying in the stores, how many goods you're buying in the stores last month, while they did go up, when you account for inflation, because they do not have inflation embedded in them, they went down. Inflation was 1.3% up last month. So when you look at the rise of retail sales, 1%, obviously 1 is less than 1.3. It shows that it was a negative retail sales number. The takeaway is that now we have the CPI released on Wednesday at 9.1%, higher than expected. Retail sales released today, higher than expected. And the producer price index number released yesterday, higher than expected. That producer price index number is the third way to gauge inflation. It was 11.3% a year ago, higher than a year ago, and that is near the highest recorded record of 11.6 posted in March. In fact, that was a monthly gain of 0.3%, which is a little bit lower than expectations, but is still higher month to month. The takeaway is exactly what Waller said. If the data comes in stronger than expected, we're likely to lean towards a higher rate hike at the July meeting. Now, how does this impact your benefits? This is the way it would impact your benefits. Your benefits would go up if 3 events happen from this. Number 1, if the data we're seeing this week, which is last month's data, remember it's 1 month delayed, continues this month, next month, and the month thereafter, then you're going to see a massive raise of your benefits. What do we need to watch? We need to watch not the PPI, but the CPI, the number released on Wednesday. We need to watch that number when it's released in the month of July, August, and September. We need to watch it for those 3 months. If it continues to track at this current levels, then folks, you're going to be ready to do a little dance. The Social Security Chief Actuary, Steve Goss, detailed this a few weeks ago. He said, based upon the May numbers, your benefits are going up 8%. I said inflation had not peaked. We all knew that inflation had not peaked. And I said it's likely to go up 9%. Well, you've seen the articles. You've seen the articles talking about 11%. It's all likely. What do we need to see? We need to see this CPI, which is hot on this Wednesday, remain hot for 3 more months. It needs to stay as hot or hotter for 3 more months. July, August, and September. And if that happens, your benefits are going up about $5,000, not just 1 year, not just 10 years, but the entire lifetime you're on planet Earth. And that's just a start. Remember, they can go up more on top of that every year if inflation continues to track higher in prior years and future years as well. Just incredible news. Look at what we've done. We've gotten $100,000 of forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state, $5,000 for beneficiaries, including SSI and SSDI, and we're just getting started. Now, let's jump back into the other data that was released today and what it tells us about the economy and whether Wall Street has it right or wrong and why it means you need to get those stimulus checks very quickly. In addition to the retail sales numbers, we had consumer confidence released today. And consumer confidence was not so confident. It's because they were wearing lobster shorts. They didn't feel very groovy. No, it just didn't feel. I don't feel like going to the discotheque in these lobster shorts. Do you have something else for me to wear? They were just not very confident. Well, consumer confidence fell as well, not just because of the lobster shorts, but because of this economy. Consumer confidence fell fell dramatically in a new report from the University of Michigan released today. And that number we were watching all week, waiting for it all week. I talked about it on last weekend. It came in at a 51.1. That's a 51.1. Does anyone know what that is? Well, the lowest reported number ever by the University of Michigan is 50. That's the lowest recorded consumer confidence number ever. So this is a horrifically low number. Now, we do have some good news as well. This news came in from the Empire State Manufacturing Survey for July, released minutes ago, obtained by LA News. It posted an 11.1 reading, which basically says that companies see less supply chain disruption. Wow. Supply chain disruption is the inability to get the goods from the manufacturer to you. That's what initially caused inflation, which has now caused the recession. We've seen 3 or 4 articles on this channel this last 5 days on Evenings LA, especially talking about indications that supply chain disruption may be improving. Less disruption, just more matching shorts. And that indication is good for you. But what's not good for me is that people are not agreeing with me. What's going on, LA? Well, yesterday we had a report out that said 80% of traders believed that the Federal Reserve, based upon that CPI for the month of June released on Wednesday and the PPI released on Thursday, 80% of them said that they're expecting the Federal Reserve to do a 100 basis point increase at that July FOMC meeting, which is July 26th and 27th. I've been saying 100 basis point since the Wednesday this week. Well, they've gone from 80% agreeing with me to down to 42%. You know, it's just because we don't agree on the same position on lobster shorts. It's just, you're taking out on me because I just do not see eye to eye with you on lobster shorts. If they're wearing the lobster shorts, I'm just really against it. So, where am I positioning tonight on that? I'm unchanged. I really do believe, because you've now seen the CPI, the PPI, and the retail sales, which Waller says, if the number's too strong, I got to come in more aggressively. It came in too strong. I now believe the Federal Reserve is going to do a 100 basis point increase at that July FOMC meeting. Interest rate increase would be not so good for you because you need to pivot very quickly. Now, I've been talking about what you need to do to prepare for all this is, number one, get stimulus. Get as much stimulus I have for you in this channel. We're going to go over these stimulus checks later in this recording. $100,000 across the board, then the $5,000 to raise your benefits, and also the Build Back Better Act. Number 2, raise your savings. That involves getting stimulus. And number 3, remove adjustable rate debt. Terry said, LA, thank you for telling me that. That is so smart. I got to tell you, do it right now, especially that last one. J Powell's coming in with those higher interest rate spikes. We know it's going to be at least 3/4 in just a few days from now. So your debt will cost more money if it's adjustable. Get rid of it. Gasoline's going to track higher. Gasoline's currently tracking lower, not because of policies by the White House, but because traders of oil believe a recession's underway that is going to discourage people from driving more. The CPI will remain high, and that means the Federal Reserve is raising rates. Unemployment is going to track higher, gasoline's going to track higher, and interest rates are going to track higher as well. Amidst all this, we also had really bad news yesterday, but it should not come as a surprise to viewers of this channel at all. That bad news was the labor number. The labor number released yesterday suggests that earnings recession is underway and that earnings recession is not settling down. What happened? The number of new jobless claims released yesterday, that was Thursday, July 14th, signaled 244,000 new jobless claims. That's not good. We have grown from 200,000 to 230. From 230 to 244. I said that once you get over 240, then Wall Street has to say this is not a good number. Why? Because 244 is the highest level we've seen of 2022. Yes, we've not seen this number since 2021. And 244,000 means that the labor market is not strong. What about on the earnings side? If the corporate earnings continue to fall, they're not going to employ as many people. And what do we know about that tonight? Let's go to the details starting right now. We had 2 more banks reporting earnings today, Wells Fargo and Citigroup. Citigroup stock jumped 5.2% today as its earnings were a beat. This is the second quarter, of course. And Wells Fargo's earnings were a Not a good situation. Their quarterly profits declined 48%. It's basically half. They lost half their earnings in one quarter. The stock was up 3%. Wall Street was really excited with the news. Excuse me. Their earnings are down 50%. How can you be excited with this news? The 1% month-over-month rise in retail sales in June isn't as good as it looks, and is mainly reflected in the boost in nominal sales values for surging prices. Andrew Hunter, senior economist at Capital Economics, he basically says that if inflation's higher and you're spending more at the stores, then that doesn't mean retail sales is up. You know why? You know why Waller is right on point on this one, and this is where Wall Street's getting it really wrong. You did not hear this all throughout the day on LA. You're gonna hear it for the first time right now. Retail sales are not adjusted for inflation. So if you go to the market and you buy a gallon of milk and you pay $5.50 for it, when it should be really $2, 3 months ago, then that'll show that retail sales for that milk was $5.50. Well, the reason why it's $5.50 is because it went up and because of inflation. And that doesn't mean you're spending more money because you have more money. You're just spending more money because the product's more expensive because of inflation. That's what Waller's saying, is that the reason retail sales are up is not because you're buying more stuff because you're just, you're making a lot of more money, you're just financially better off. No, it's because you got to still buy food to live. You got to buy toilet paper, to make sure. Yeah. And it's you're buying stuff, and that stuff costs a lot more money. That's why retail sales is up. It means inflation's up. That's why Waller has it on point. Wall Street really doesn't seem to get this point across the board. So tonight, the latest narrative on the street is whether Jay Powell is going to do 3/4 or full basis point, 100 basis point. For you, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. It's not good either way. But I got to tell you, it really, in my opinion, will be 100 basis point. Jay Powell has a big problem, that the inflation is out of control. That inflation is out of control, and that is why you have to get a forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. Go right in this video and become a member. Did you become a member yet? Go right in this video. Join this channel and get these incredible checks across the land. They're huge. Let's go over a little bit about these checks right now. First, they're massive sums of money. They're just a lot of money. You need a lot of money. You need a lot of money, and you need to get it now. They're not going to be around forever, done in the month of March. And the situation is a confusing economy. I mean, you just have to admit it's a confusing economy. That's why this channel is doing really well. This is why this family is doing really well. This is why it's a loving community where everyone takes really good care of each other, the Pro Power community, because it's a confusing economy. And we're trying to sort through all this confusion to make sure we're ahead of the ball, that we're not behind the ball. And that's why you have to get all these incredible checks. Let's go over these checks starting right now. These forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state are important to understand where they came from, what they are, how you get them. Let's go over everything you need to know starting right now. These forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state came from the President of the United States by executive action. And they've been law for a while. So that's why you don't want to wait to get them. Let's look at the graphic starting right now. These forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state are enormous. They're not state stimulus. They're not from your governor. They're not from your state legislature. They're not from anyone in your state. They're from the federal government for every state. The federal government has passed, under executive order, nearly $100,000 of forced stimulus checks for you on average. Yes, executive action done by the President of the United States. Yes, a series of different checks. Yes, passed in March. And you qualify. Single individual, $75,000 or less, go get it. Married couple, if you make $150,000 or less, go get it. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, if you're on benefits, if you're not on benefits, go get these incredible checks. They're law. They've been law since the month of March. Viewers have cleaned up. If you're new to finding this channel, welcome. Go right on this video and become a member today. Do not wait, because these checks may not be around from ever. Go right on this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Then, in the second half of this video, we're going to go over each of these checks one at a time. I'll show you how to get them. I'll show you where to get them. and I'll make it very, very simple for you. Meantime, if you're already a member, have you pulled out your worksheets? I hope you have. One of the benefits of members is you get those incredible worksheets, totally free for members. And these worksheets are among the many things that I create specifically just for my viewers on this channel. These LALATE worksheets are in the membership newsletter. They're in the third line, and it says worksheets. Click the link, and it opens as a PDF. You can print it out if you're attached to a printer or take notes. What have we learned so far for purposes of our worksheets tonight? Page 1 of the worksheets is inflation, recession, labor, and the Federal Reserve. For inflation, number 1, we know it has not come down. We've had the CPI, the PPI, and new tonight, the retail sales. Inflation has not come down. So that's what you really need to take notes on it based upon the retail sales. Recession. We know nothing really new about recession tonight, but that we're still in a recession. There are some reports, actually, this is actually new tonight. There are a lot of reports out in the last hour and a half. They're since afternoons. They're saying there's a lot of talk of maybe a 3-quarter recession, basically a recession less than a year. I've always said 2 years of recession starting in 2023. They're talking about recession really hitting hard in late 2023. This is really strange because we are in a recession right now, but the impact of it is not felt. Labor, we went over that just a second. The number of unemployment claims has surged out of control. It's at the worst levels now of 2022. It was at 200,000 about 4 weeks ago. Then it went to 230, 230, 235, and this week 244. Again, this week the data is released is 1 week delayed. And the Federal Reserve, we know that the Federal Reserve will be meeting July 26th and July 27th. That's when they'll determine how high to raise interest rates. It's either going to be 3/4 or 1.0. That's the two options. There's really no other option. Neither of them are good for you. Now, let's go to the second page of the worksheets. This is the one that viewers are just adoring. Written by me. This is all unique to this channel. You don't see this anywhere else because I care about you. I want to make sure you, your family, your loved ones are all financially independent as we see an economy get a little bit worse. The second page is a table, and that table has check A, check B, check C. Has the ability for you to keep notes. You want to keep notes on when you applied for each respective check, what months you got paid for, who paid you, and because you're going to be going back and getting additional checks. If you're in the live chat right now, post your success story. Post your success story. I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's $100,000. I don't care if it's this week. I don't care if it's 5 weeks ago. In the live chats in the last few days, we've had people post 10,000, 30,000. Just wonderful, inspiring stories. That's what this channel's about. Inspiring people to do better and really, as a family, do it together better. The next page of the worksheets is about your benefits. So we already went over that. We're watching the July, August, and September CPI number. Remember, they're released a month later. So July will be released next month and so on. And we're looking to see how much your benefits will go up. Everyone's benefits would go up by the same percentage, but it's looking like it'll be about $5,000 for a lot of viewers. And then student loan debt forgiveness, the president's still not yet done it. I'm saying he's going to do $10,000 for individuals who make $150,000 or less. There you go. In the second half of this video, we got a lot to go over. We're going to go over those incredible 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. I'm going to show you how to get it. And brand new to Evenings LA, you're going to see the worksheet. And you're going to see the newsletter on air. You're going to watch the newsletter as it works for you and see how you go in and get every single check in the second half. It's just so straightforward. I'm going to show you on camera how you do it one at a time. Then we're going to go back to your benefits. We're going to talk a little bit about your benefits and how they work. We'll be looking at that Build Back Better Act vote. And then we'll be looking at what we learned this week from all this inflationary data and what we learned from Wall Street and all those recessionary indicators. It's a big second half. We're just getting started. But remember, go under this video and become a member. If you haven't become a member, do it right now. Go under the video where it says join the channel. Get those incredible checks because you need to prepare your family accordingly. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as America's most watched show in prime time. Evenings LA continues. See you back shortly. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now in a beautiful second half of Evenings LA for July 15, 2022. Hope you're having a beautiful night. I will be with you all weekend long. Please join me all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, because there is a lot of breaking news. You need to know where this economy is and where it's going. I don't want you to show up on Monday and say, what did I miss? Because it's going to be too hard to catch up. Plus, on the weekends, I also recap all the incredible financial data we learned this week because there is a lot to know. Did you become a member during the commercial break? I hope you did. Go right in this video right now if you haven't. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, join the channel. And in the second half, we're going to go over each of these incredible checks starting right now. Here's what you need to know. Back in the month of March, viewers of this channel said, LA, can you find me some forced stimulus checks? I did. I found a lot of them, and I gave them a lettering system starting with check A, B, and thereafter. They were found by me. They were by executive action from Joseph Biden. Yes, remember, stimulus can be done by executive action. Lots of checks that approximately amount to about $100,000. Single individual, $75,000 less you qualify. Married couple, $150,000 less you qualify. If you're on SSI and SSDI, you qualify as well. First, it was important to make sure that these are big checks. They are. Second, it's important to make sure you qualify, broad eligibility for qualification, yes. And third, I want to make it very simple for you. Put in an easy newsletter, which I'm going to go through with you in a second. So let's get some checks. You ready? Let's look at that very first check. That very first check, of course, is check A because it's the start of the alphabet. I mean, last time I checked it was. Check A is a wonderful check. It's a $6,500 to $12,000 fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. That incredible $6,500 to $12,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state is just huge. Let's look at the graphic starting right now. Single individual, $75,000 less, you qualify. Married couple, $150,000 less, you qualify. If you're on benefits, SSI and SSDI, you qualify. How do you get this wonderful check? Step one, you become a member. Go right in this video and join the channel. Number two, subscribe to this channel. Then get that membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go right down the membership newsletter for members till you find check A. And it describes about it, tells you more about the weatherizing grant check, and you click the link, sends you right into the nationwide website. You choose your state, you choose the weatherizing grant, and you pounce. And there you go. $6,500 to $12,000. But you're not going to stop there yet. You're going to go get check B, a wonderful $15,000 to $80,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Same eligibility. $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, if you make $150,000 less, go get it. If you are on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get it as well. How do you get it? Step one, go under this video and become a member. Join this channel. Join the channel. Hit the button where it says join the channel. Step two, subscribe to this channel. Then get that incredible membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till you find the wonderful check B, click the link. It'll send you right into the nationwide website. You apply. You apply. And wait, did you see what just happened? Did you just see what happened? In just seconds, what has it been, like 2 minutes? We have gone over $100,000 of forced stimulus checks in about 2 minutes. Check A is about $12,000. Check B is about $80,000. My goodness. We deliver, but we're not done delivering. We got more to deliver. Here it is. Oh, boy. Check C's. Check-Cs are wonderful. They're on top of that $100,000, and viewers have been getting about an MSC, $2,000 a month over 12 months, averaging, though, $45,000 most viewers, and a lot of viewers have gotten over $100,000. It is rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, more. How do you get this? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member. Join the channel. Go under this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Then go down to that newsletter when it's delivered. Where you see Check-C, it'll tell you who to call, where to call, and what to say. This channel has gotten viewers $50 million since it launched. The success stories are seen in the live chat nightly. Post your success story right now, whenever it happened, because you inspire other people. But let's look at some other success stories from Check-C. Here we go. These are Check-C success stories from $20,000 all the way up to $30,000 for rent. Go get some Check-Cs. These are success stories from viewers on this channel. Big monies that viewers have gotten from Angela all the way up to Nancy for utilities. Marked by the law got $15,000. Go get Check-Cs. Here are success stories from viewership of this channel, from membership of this channel. For Snap, the legacy of this channel may be Snap because viewers are walking away lifetime with lifetime benefits. Larry Maui will have Snap for the rest of his life because he found this channel. Mark's brother-in-law is going to get $250,000 every 10 years on Snap because of this channel. Let's look at the combinations of monies across the board. Here we go. Here is what combinations have delivered. Nisi was at 23,000. She's gone from 50 on to 50,000. Mark is at 32,000. He has gone to 166,000. He went to 50, then he went to 100, then he went to 166. Lorraine, she was at 105. Now she's at $150,000. These combinations are basically people who went back and continue to get checks routinely, do not stop, do multiple rounds, and listen to learn. One of the things that's consistent between Nisi and Mark and Lorraine and Johnny and Mark and all these wonderful people who keep on getting checks is they're always watching the videos. They don't miss videos. They don't miss videos. They're watching every video that airs. They're in the live chats. Why? Because there's so much breaking news. There's always new checks. There's always something else to know, that they are focused really well on making sure they're up to date by the minute, by the hour. They're in all the live chats. They spend the rest of their time picking up the phone or going to the newsletter, pouncing, applying, getting additional checks. For example, Check-C, they'll get a utilities 3 months for water. They'll go back and get another 3 months for water. They'll get the gas bill from one company for 3 months. When we talk about Check-Cs, there's in the newsletter, not one place to call, upwards of almost 15 to 20 places to call to get money. So that's a lot of money. And they keep on getting money. You do that as well. So let's recap. First, you go into this video, you join the channel. Become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Next, go into this video and subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to subscribe to the brand new LALATE channel number 2. LALATE 3 channel as well. 2 new channels coming to this family, LA2 and LA3. They are 2 new channels with lots of more programming to make you a lot of more money. Go into this video's description and click the link and subscribe to them. Number 3, go to the front end, there's a little bell. Hit that bell to make sure all notifications are set to all on. And get that membership newsletter. Let's go over that incredible membership newsletter on Evenings LA right now. Are you excited? I'm excited. Here we go. That LA newsletter is delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. All you do is look for it. Here is the alert. For members only, new LA post. Go down in the alert. Go down, lower, like you're doing the limbo. lower, until it says view post. At the very bottom, under the guy with the surfboard, it says view post. Click it, and it sends you right into the newsletter. You're done. You're done. How straightforward is it? Here's the newsletter. There it is, and you're done. That is just so easy, folks. My goodness. You want to see it again? Let's do it again. Here you go. The LA newsletter, delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't know I stopped it too late. If you don't know what time zone you're in, make sure you adjust accordingly. 7 o'clock West Coast, 10 o'clock Eastern. Delivered via the YouTube alerts. So make sure your bell is set to all notification. And what does this alert look like? Here's what this alert will look like. The title will be for members only, new LA post. The first line of the alert will look exactly like this new LA members newsletter today. And then how do you, once you get the alert, how do you make sure you go into the newsletter? You go down the alert, go down on the alert, lower, 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 all the way down past the guy at the surfboard, all the way to the very bottom, to the very, very bottom. And then it says view post. Click the button and you go right in the post and you are ready to rock and roll. Oh, doesn't that feel good? About $100,000 is waiting for you. Go get it right now. Do not wait. Just incredible, great news. A fourth stimulus, there's the newsletter. A fourth stimulus check is in every U.S. state. It's not state stimulus, it's federal stimulus. Become a member, get those incredible sums of money right now. In addition to that, the great news is that your benefits are going up. Your benefits are going up. When will we know how much they're going up? We will know when we see the July, August, and September numbers for CPI. It will be automatic. You won't have to do anything. It'll be based upon a percentage, so you don't have to do anything, and that number will be astronomical. It'll be approximately $5,000, but if inflation continues on its trajectory upward, it could even be more. This is just astronomical news. Meantime, the Build Back Better Act. I know Joe Manchin had some comments yesterday or today. He always has a comment. It's just I could write his comments before he says it. But the Build Back Better Act is still going to get done. It's still going to get done. But obviously, you get the sense that the vote before July is getting very close. Is likely not to happen. The Build Back Better Act would pay a lot of additional checks on top of the checks I have for you right now. Let's go over the individual checks in that Build Back Better Act that would give you checks after the $100,000 I have for you right now, and they're huge. $25,000 for purchase of your first home, $250 billion for free home health care and seniors and people on disabilities. MSC only if the Build Back Better Act stays large enough. If it doesn't stay large enough, it gets sort of hard. Dental, vision, and hearing in the third cluster. Second cluster is going to get thrown away because the first check, home repairs, is already the law. That's check A, and paid leave is not going to survive. And then the first cluster, yeah, that's going to survive. Hazard pay, earned income tax credit 1 more year, $4,000 of elder care, $4,000 of care for young children, nutrition, and more. What you need to know is you don't wait for the Build Back Better Act because it was not going to come in time for you. Build Back Better Act will not come in time for you because we are currently in a recession. As a recession, there's a financial cliff, and you will not do that. You need to prepare your family for the financial cliff. And how do you do that? By getting stimulus right now, raising your savings, removing those adjustable rate debts across the board. Gasoline is going to stay high, CPI is going to stay high, and the Federal Reserve is going to raise rate. Unemployment will track higher, so will gas, and so will those interest rates. Let's look at those phases. I'm projecting the financial cliff is September, so we're very close across the board. Here's what you also need to know based upon this PPI and CPI and those sales numbers this week is the following. One of my jobs in delivering you the news, the breaking news, delivering you the information, educating you about where this economy is making you sure that you're on point and cohesive and helping and motivating one another. I'm very good on sensing things and seeing things, and this is what I want you to know. In the last few months, I've always talked about stimulus stampede. Stimulus stampede, if you're new to this channel, is what I refer to as what's going to happen when millions of Americans feel the hurt of the recession. And then they say, I need help. Do you have some money for me? And they're going to come here. They're going to come here and they're going to learn what we're talking about on this channel, and they're going to apply for the money, and they're going to do really well. There's also, and I really want to detail this for the first time tonight on Easy Life, I do believe there's also going to be some people who there's no way else to describe them except lazy. There's going to be some people who don't want to make the effort to improve themselves, don't want to make the effort to learn about anything, don't want to make the effort to learn where the money is, go get the money or get the money in time. And those people, in my opinion, may get jealous of you, may get jealous of this Purple Power community, may get jealous that you took the time to learn about the money. You took the time to go get the money. You took the time to get the money, and they didn't. And they think there's an inherent reason that they should have the money after they've done nothing. And I just want you to be prepared for it. I want you to be prepared for it, and that's what brings the community stronger and tighter and closer together. We all learn together. We all earn together. We all move together. We all groove together. As a family, we learn the information. And that's what happens in society. Three examples I can use. One, two kids that are both in college. They both have equal opportunities to stay another year in college to get an advanced degree that would pay them a higher salary. One says, no, I just want to, go backpacking and have fun. Person goes backpacking and has fun, and the other person continues that extra year. That person gets the higher salary. Then 3 years later, the person who backpacked and had fun. Why should I get a lower salary? Because you didn't put the effort in. He put an extra effort in to stay an extra year. Or two people who want to go out and sell their antique cars, and they're the same car, the same year. The only difference is one has a better motor, and that's the more desired motor. The person who knows their motor is not as good says, I should get the same value for my car. No, you shouldn't. It's not as good a motor. People sometimes think that not doing anything entitles them to something, and it's not always the case. And what's important to understand is that you've made the effort, and I want you to be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself, and don't let anyone rain on your parade. You've taken the effort to learn to earn. I understand everyone has a different learning curve on this channel. Some people will understand what the Federal Reserve is. Other people may not understand what the Federal Reserve is doing. Some people understand that Joe Biden hasn't bought the gas. Other people may not understand what that means for gas prices. We all have different learning curves. I got it. But the point is not that you've learned everything. The point is that you made the effort to learn something. And that's why you should be proud of yourself. Don't ever let anyone diminish your effort to learn to earn. It's going to be a confusing economy. You already seen this data. And economists cannot get this economy straight. They can't agree upon the situation. They went from 80% agreeing yesterday with me to 44%. What happened in 24 hours? Did I change my hairstyle? I don't think I did. Did I start wearing lobster shorts in 24 hours? Is that what changed everything? No, I did not. Did I find bacon? No, I did not find bacon. So what really changed in 24 hours? It's a confusing economy. And I know what this channel brings to you. It brings you happiness. It brings you inspiration. It brings you money. It brings you information. It brings you education. And ultimately, some people will feel jealous that you moved to groove. You learned to earn. Don't let that rain on your parade. Your job is to take care of yourself. Your job is to take care of your family. Your job is to take care of your community, your church, and your neighborhood, your business. And if someone doesn't want to make the effort to do that for themselves, and then they look at you and they're like, just sort of look away. Focus on yourself. Focus on learning. Make sure you watch the videos. This weekend, I'll be with you on camera all weekend long. We have a lot of breaking news, and we have a lot of news to recap. See how much happened in this video? You'll see how much money, 100,000 plus 5,000 plus 80,000 plus the CPI, PPI, sales, consumer confidence. It was just today. Imagine how much happens in one video. That's why this channel is going from number 3 to number 2. Have you subscribed for the other 2 channels? Yes, LLA 2 and LA3. The links are under this description. Subscribe. They're coming really quickly. I say 90 days out. It's not going to be 90 days out. It's going to be much sooner. That's a surprise. It's coming really, really soon. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. There's going to be cooking. There's going to be humor. There's going to be live. There's going to be stimulus. Lots of stimulus. A lot more than even here. There is going to be Wall Street. There's going to be the economy, everything you need to know. Will there be San Francisco hairstyles? No, there will not. Lobster shorts? No. Mitch? Hopefully not. Problem solvers, problem creators? Oh, Lord, I hope not. Will the problem creators be coming to me? I know they're not solvers. They're creators. I just don't want them around. So some things will be there, and hopefully other things are not there. I hope to see you there. Shows continue throughout the night as Evenings LA continues with Evenings LA every night at 5 o'clock. Evenings Alive. Don't miss that show. It's very popular and it's really good. You may be watching it right now, 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time live, and then 6 o'clock is Countdown, 7 o'clock is Stream Cinemas, 8 o'clock is Extra, 9 o'clock is Sunset, and then the programmings continue throughout the night with early mornings returning the next morning at 4 a.m. Of course, there are shows even before that as well. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, have a beautiful night. God bless. Stay informed, stay warm, don't stay too hot. I don't want to sound like turn on the heat. It's, it is the middle of summer. But stay informed, don't stay too warm, and stay throughout the day, stay throughout the weekend. I'll have a lot of more breaking news stories that we're still working on for this weekend, and there'll be a lot more surprises coming to this channel. It's a beautiful night, and it's just getting started. Stay on LA throughout the night. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you for tuning in, and stay with LA for more.